right. There I was in New York City at 11 p.m. on a Friday night without a bed to sleep in. Didn't know what to do. I had no friends or family in the area. I knew nothing about New York City, what was safe or areas to avoid. And at 20 years old, I could not afford a hotel room in Manhattan. I got into this situation from a good thing. My parents allowed me to have free airline benefits when I was in college. So I would do these spontaneous weekend trips to new cities. It was amazing. But this particular trip, I neglected to book a place to sleep. Somewhat irresponsibly, I still flew out on a Friday, landed in New York, went to a Yankees game. I walked out of the gates at 11, no place to go. I had a flip phone at that time. I called every single hostel in New York, I swear. All of them booked until the next night. So I kind of was weighing my options. I figured the only thing I could do really at that point was just walk around and stay awake all night, get to tomorrow and maybe just find a place to relax. And so I went to Times Square to relax. Sat down on a bench, it was midnight. These lights were so bright, advertisements. I'd close my eyes and it was like nothing even changed. There were loud noises all night, deep into the night. Strange people approached me. I was offered drugs. I was offered sex. And by about 2 a.m., a couple hours in, I had that thin layer of grime you get from a long day in an airport or a big city. I felt gross. I was stressed out. I was frustrated at myself. And don't get me wrong, I really don't mind improvising in life. Going off the script is fun, but this particular trip, I just had really dropped the ball and put myself in this bad situation. So I'm sitting there. My eyes are getting heavy. I'm about to fall asleep. I can't afford to get robbed. So I stand up. I just need to start walking. I go 20, 30, 40 street blocks through Central Park until I come across this intersection that has some cameras being set up. And I was pretty intrigued at what was happening, so I stuck around. And it wasn't long before I realized something bigger was happening. This whole area was transforming, and a one-block barricade was being set up all around me, and I was at the center of it. There was X-marked tape on the ground, like for positioning people, and camera tracks in the street, cargo trailers starting to pull in, and by 4:30 a.m., still not many people around, but two of them were there that looked like they knew what was going on right at the middle of it. So kind of tentatively, I walked up, I asked them what was going on. They were suspicious of me, concerned why I was even there. They turned, said they were filming a movie, and then just sort of brushed me off. So I kind of walked, I gave them a little space. And I thought, man, a movie. I've always wanted to be in a movie. Like, what a fun fact to have, a great bucket list item. So I had two options, really. One, I could make my way out of the barricade and be on with my day, get out of there right away. Two, stick around, pretend like I'm supposed to be there, and just kind of see what happens. So I flash back to the movie Catch Me If You Can, which I love. It's a true story. This kid fakes his way through these crazy situations until getting arrested by the FBI. So in that moment, maybe not the best role model, but it was kind of the motivation I needed from this grueling night. I was feeling a second wind, so I said, okay, here we go. Let's try to get into this movie. So first thing I did, I found this random equipment guy, walked up and asked if I could stick around. He had no stake in me being there, just could not have cared less. And he kind of said, yeah, sure, I'd go ask that guy. He's the set director. So I'm walking, turn towards this guy. As I'm headed towards him, he starts talking to those two people that I had approached earlier. They're all standing there, and simultaneously they turn, look at me, and the two of them point right at me like I'm some sort of criminal. This guy leaves the conversation. He's walking towards me, and we make eye contact. I'm just thinking, shit, what am I gonna say? I don't know. He approaches me and he says, hey, who are you? What are you doing here? How can I help you? I said, well, I just talked to the guy over there, and he said that I needed to come and find you to ask about where I'm supposed to be for the filming. And he kind of looked at me and said, I don't understand. Are you background talent, or what do you mean by that? Yeah, I'm background talent. I'm here to be an extra. Yeah. Okay. Why are you here so early? Doesn't matter. You can't be here right now. You can't be over here. You got to at least go and wait across the street. Wait for everyone else to show up, okay? Okay. I walk over here. I'm waiting on the street corner, and it wasn't more than an hour that passed, and I was surrounded by over 100 people. And this lady is walking through the crowd, picking who would get work on the set that day. She maybe picked 20 people and sent the rest of them home. And at this point too, just for context, these are legitimate actors. People who came dressed in costume with makeup on. We had the homeless guy, the business guy, the fashionable New York person, the tourist, all of them. And I was just there in my shorts, my backpack, and my Yankees hat. She's going through, you, picking her vision out, you. She picked me. I couldn't believe it. I take 2 steps, and then she says, hey, stop, what are you doing? You can't have an Aquafina bottle in your backpack. We can't have brands on the set. You know better than that. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yep, toss it in my pack. Okay, we're good. I get to this corner that she sent me to. Next thing I know, this Polaroid camera flashes in my face, and this lady is asking for our union numbers. The person on my right says 100. I'm next. At this point, I have no idea the scale of this number system. I don't know if there are thousands of numbers, if 100 is the max, if I'm gonna make up a number and it happens to be that guy's. No idea. 101. She kind of looked at me a bit oddly, slowly wrote it down, slowly walked away, looking at me. We got through it. We were just getting our placement for this scene, which, by the way, I didn't even know what movie this was. And any movie could have been great for my bucket list goal of being an extra. But sure enough, we're getting our position. I see a commotion over kind of across the street where I'd started. And out walks this person who I immediately recognize due to the skin-tight outfit, blue and red, webby design. My favorite superhero of all time, Spider-Man. Couldn't believe it. We're in a Spider-Man movie. We get our direction. He has a dialogue scene over there. There's madness in the street, and we're all just supposed to be, wow, what's happening? Like, just looking at the street. The problem is the cameras are over there, and we are over here. And there is no way that they're panning to us. We will not be seen in this movie. So we do about an hour of these takes. I'm just trying my best. We wrap up, Spider-Man goes off to his trailer, and I'm just thinking, man, I don't know if this whole thing's over, but I gotta just get over there somehow. Even just if I could see Spider-Man, that'd be really cool. So I ask if I can go to the bathroom, because the building right behind the dialogue scene is where the bathroom was. So here we go. 2 layers of security, just, oh yeah, thanks, just head to the bathroom, yep. Yeah, just head to the bathroom, thank you. Into this building, into the bathroom, look myself in the mirror, come on, you can do this. I walk back out. Instead of going right, I go left. I climbed under a piece of the set and popped up right in front of the camera. I met this guy next to me named Brad. He was an extra. And then it wasn't a minute later that I feel this firm pat on my back. And I thought, oh God, someone saw me sneak in. I turn, expecting a security officer. And sure enough, within breathing distance, full Spider-Man garb, mask off, flowing hair, is Andrew Garfield. I for sure peed my pants in like a little bit in that moment. I was so shocked. I smiled. He was just trying to get through to the front of the group, so kind of let him through. Go ahead, yeah. So we do another hour of these takes, and I am right in the middle. Like, I have to be in this scene. We do another hour or 2 of this. It's going great. Finish up. Off Andrew goes to his trailer, and I am feeling invincible. Like, is this a career path for me? I'm really wondering. Until I befriended Brad again, who was the other actor, and he asked me a devastating question. He said, Tyler, what talent agency are you a part of? And I legitimately did not say anything for like 8 seconds, which is a very long time to just pause. Thank God he saved my ass, and he looked at me and said, well, I'm part of Smith Agency. And immediately, of course, nice, yeah, Brad, I'm part of Smith Agency too, actually. This is my first movie. I thought I was in the clear, except for he turned and looked at me and immediately was on a dime, turned, and he was pissed. And he looked at me and he said, God damn it, that's bullshit, man. This really felt over at this point, but he continued. He said, man, I've been doing this for years, and I'm just finally getting onto these major film sets like Spider-Man, and Smith Agency keeps placing rookie talent out here. I mean, no offense. No offense to you. I'm sure you're great at what you do. But it's just bullshit, man, you know? And I'm just trying not to laugh. I got my hand in my face, and all I could do was agree with him. I said, yeah, Brad, I agree, man. This is bullshit right now. This is bullshit. So we got through it. I didn't want to test my luck. I found my way out of the barricade. Great. What an adrenaline rush. The sad reality of my first movie experience, or really any movie experience, is that they take hundreds of hours of film. You never know what's going to be included in the movie or what's going to be cut out. But a year later, I go to the theaters to see The Amazing Spider-Man 2 with some of you in this room. And sure enough, about 21 minutes into the movie, there's this montage scene of Spider-Man saving New York. And right next to Brad, directly behind Andrew Garfield, looking like this all around at what's happening, there I am in my Yankees hat.